Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show as we see in the weekend and our minds start turning towards the opportunity to travel that spring brings. It is Tourism Month, a chance to explore our culture, our heritage and some hidden gems, and it started off with a lot of fanfare as it does, and we got the latest from Thenji in Johannesburg as she was able to attend the official launch of SA Tourism Month. Take a look.
Hot on the heels of summer, September is here. And along with our heritage, we're also celebrating National Tourism Month, which is one way we're encouraging all South Africans to get out there, really explore and take pleasure in the hidden gems of South Africa.
At the launch of Tourism Month in the Maboneng precinct in Joburg, it was announced that the theme would be Tourism Transforming Lives, encouraging locals to explore our diverse country.
It's really focusing our minds on what we have to offer and encouraging our own people, our own South Africans, to see and feel and experience more of our own country, because sometimes, you know, we tend to live in our little familiar terrain, if you like. If you're in Cape Town, you're aware of Table Mountain, Robben Island, Kirstenbosch, but you're very unaware of St. Lucia and KwaZulu-Natal, or the Ograbis Falls in the Northern Cape, etc.
The idea is to expose all the provinces in terms of the tourism offering and make sure that people get to discover what the various provinces can offer in the line of tourism. But we always make sure that when we are at the various provinces, we force them to identify their unique selling propositions.
27 September is World Tourism Day, and the local celebrations will be in the Northern Cape. As an often overlooked province for tourism, it offers much more than just the big hole in Kimberley.
Well, the first thing it will do is to give exposure to the Northern Cape. Secondly, it will allow us to showcase the beauty of the Northern Cape, the extreme cultures, the extreme sports, the extreme leisure that we have in the Northern Cape. It will give people a different sense of what it means to bring the desert to life. So I want to showcase people that South Africa is unique, but the Northern Cape is the real experience.
As part of the launch event, the minister and guests were taken on a walking tour of Maboneng. This privately developed urban neighborhood boasts retail, entertainment and creative spaces, as well as residences and a thriving community on the east side of the city.
Minister, it's been an absolutely wonderful morning so far, walking around the city and having you share your stories and your experience of it. Just off the top of your head, what are your favorite aspects of our country?
You know, Thenji, where we have so many places, it's quite difficult to choose one single place and say that is my favorite place, because we're a country of many, many places in one, many experiences for that matter, because it's not just about place. Maboneng, nobody would describe this as a beautiful place, but it's become a special place, a vibey place, so it's different. But other places are just there for spectacular beauty, including in the Northern Cape. You know, we have so much Thenji to be proud of. It is just unbelievable. We're encouraging all South Africans to experience the depth and the wonders of our country, the little hidden secrets, the gems that we have. We've got to go out there and discover.
Domestic tourism contributed over 20 billion rand to the economy last year and accounts for 1.4 million jobs. By becoming tourists in our own country, we get to have fun and help the entire nation to prosper.
It's clear we have big challenges in our country. So on the one hand, tourism contributes towards addressing those challenges.
Our goal for 2020 is that tourism will create an additional 225,000 jobs. And the contribution to the economy is projected to be just 500 billion rand. Tourism therefore becomes a force for good, and transforming lives becomes a reality.
Yes, your holiday or family expedition can change lives in ways you never thought possible. We have a proud heritage, and exploring our cities or getting away for a night or two can lead to a discovery of new places and new people.
Now that the sunshine is in full swing for spring, it's time for all the homebodies to get out there and explore an undiscovered corner of South Africa. So Expresso, I ask you, where will you be taking your short left this month?
Yes, we are taking a short left this spring. We are very honoured to have joining us now the CEO of South African Tourism, Mr. Thulani Nzima, who is, I can see, brimming with excitement about what has already been an incredible tourism month, and we're barely into it. So give me a broad sweep. What is the focus this year for Tourism Month?
Good morning. Tourism Month is celebrated the world over, and South Africa takes part every year around the month of September. The big celebration really is at the end of September, What we normally do is to focus on a particular theme, and the World Tourism theme this year is World Tourism in the communities, and ours is Tourism Transforming Lives. And we do it in terms of real practical examples of what it is that people are doing. Lately, the fashionable thing is what we call volume tourism. That's when people come to South Africa and they engage in community work. I've seen in the past years there were efforts of that nature where people will come to South Africa as tourists but embark on a community project, building a house or building schools and stuff like that. That's very important. The spotlight this year falls on the Northern Cape. Generally what we do, we will identify the less visited provinces and put a spotlight on that. It gives them focus, it gives South Africans an opportunity to remember the fun in travel, the accessibility about travel, and the affordability about travel.
Just looking at some of the visuals on our screen, they're seeing those rock engravings. I got to see those very rock engravings over this last week, visiting areas of the Northern Cape, in particular Kimberley. Beautiful, but what really did hit home for me was the economic knock-on effect of this souped-up focus on tourism. Just how much of a positive effect on our economy does tourism have?
People tend to think that mining, farming is the biggest employer in the country. Tourism is actually the third biggest employer in the country.
Wow.
If you're talking in economics, the contribution to the economy is very big. Last year, if you look at the figures that we just achieved last year, tourism contributed just under 10% in terms of the total employment, and the economic contribution was just about 7%. So if you're talking rands and cents, the domestic tourism itself generated 24.3 billion rand into the economy. That's serious money. And if you look at the total contribution by the foreign direct spend in this country, last year the contribution was 115 billion rand in total. So that's quite a lot of money.
I suppose then it makes that much more sense to be making sure that areas in South Africa get to benefit and that we can introduce people to those hidden gems, those areas that might not be visited that often. You focused on that, hidden gems. That always makes me excited because I know it's going to be a new adventure, a new experience. Why the focus on hidden gems this year?
Well, it's always very embarrassing as a South African that you get introduced into your own country by foreigners, isn't it?
Very much so,
So
yes.
The hidden gems really is about you going to your own backyard and discovering those kind of tourist experiences that others don't know about. And then you can introduce foreigners into those kind of things. If you're talking about an example here in Cape Town, there are not very many people who have been to Robben Island.
Yeah.
That's your hidden gem. This year, for the first time, we're celebrating Tourism Month without our beloved Tata Madiba.
Yeah.
One way you can honor him is by taking a trip on the Madiba-inspired tourist attractions. It will take you through the place of his birth to the place of his burial. But there's quite a lot in there. Robben Island is one of them. Rivonia, Lilliesleaf in Rivonia is one of them. The other one will be going to his capture site in Howick. It is remarkable because this marks a time when he will disappear for 27 years from public life.
Wow.
So you can do that. But because the spotlight is on the Northern Cape this year, then you can think of the O'Grabis farm. You can visit the big diamond hole. It's another magical thing that people don't know about. Go and see the Diamond Cup in
and it's coming up in a couple of weeks, and it's a winner. I was recently in Kimberley, and I was blown away. That certainly is one of our sparkling hidden gems. And I decided to do it in a car, got my rental, and took a short left, and that is the best way to see this country. Tell me about the short left campaign.
The short left campaign really is a reminder to South Africans that travel is for you, travel is fun, travel is fantastic, you're rewarding yourself, it is accessible. It is about reminding South Africans that within your own country, there is so much more to enjoy. This short left campaign was launched last year with a lot of excitement. That's what tourism is all about. Yeah. Lots of excitement, take your friends out, take your grandmother out. When you visit your grandmother or grandparents, don't spend too much time with them in their own little house. Take them out, it's affordable. The short left generates a lot of activity around the country. We try and deal with some of the myths that people have about tourism. Firstly, you can go and search by province. If you want to visit a particular province, you will see exactly what that province has to offer. You can visit by particular experiences. You can also select by price range, and you can also select by
particular interest that you're looking for.
You really can tailor-make the ideal experience. Mr. Nzima, thank you so much for the efforts of you and
pleasure.
your team. A very proud South African, like the rest of us. There is an opportunity to enrich yourself this tourism month. Go and take a short left. And if you're in the KZN area, well, there are a host of opportunities. Take a look.
September is Tourism and Heritage Month, and Tourism KwaZulu-Natal is encouraging the people of KZN to be tourists in their own province, enjoying the exceptional attractions and destinations on their doorstep.
Countrywide, the theme of Tourism Month is tourism transforming lives. And we have taken that from the national theme, and for the provincial theme, we've got recharge and be a tourist in KZN. And really, the whole idea behind this is to encourage all South Africans to come and visit this one beautiful province in South Africa and take a short left to the Zulu Kingdom. We have action packed for the month of September. To kickstart the September activities, we actually are encouraging everybody, every South African on Friday to wear the recharge t-shirt as an indication of recharging and visiting the Zulu Kingdom. So we're encouraging all KZN citizens to be ambassadors, our ambassadors for all the tourists that will be here during this month. So all KZN people, take a short left and get to know your own province and make sure that when we have our visitors visiting here, you become a good ambassador by taking good care of them. As a destination, KwaZulu-Natal is market leaders in terms of domestic tourism. And what we find is that people sometimes take it for granted that we have so much abundance of beautiful experiences in and around KZN. So we're saying to everybody, recharge yourself and get around in the beautiful Zulu Kingdom. As we know, tourism is one of the biggest thrusts in driving the South African economic growth. So in KZN, we've got two beautiful projects that are very much in line with the theme. One is in Jozini, it's called the Jozini Lodge. So the whole idea behind the building of that lodge was about uplifting communities in and around Jozini. The second one is midway between Pietermaritzburg and Durban. It's in Camperdown. It's called Maibuye Community Game Reserve. Also, the whole idea behind it is about uplifting the community in and around the Camperdown area.
The Maibuye Community Game Reserve sees the creation of a new interface between community upliftment, conservation and commerce, and is being endorsed by both Ezemvelo KZN Wildlife and the Department of Environmental Affairs as the new blueprint for conservation and community upliftment in South Africa.
Firstly, KZN is an all-year-round summer destination. And secondly, as we're all celebrating the 20 years of democracy this year, there's a beautiful history that people are not aware of, and we encourage all South Africans to come here and experience the capture site. Everybody knows that when Mandela was captured, he was captured in KZN, in Howick, and when he first voted as a free man, he voted in this beautiful province. Also, we've got over 600 kilometers of coastline, so you can be in the north, you can be in the south and experience our beautiful warm weather and warm seas. And also the bush by the Berg.
What sets KwaZulu-Natal apart from other provinces is the unique wildlife experience that can be enjoyed in both terrestrial and marine environments.
We are one of the few destinations in the world that has two UNESCO World Heritage Sites. We have one called Isimangaliso St. Lucia Wetlands Park, and then the other one is called Ukahlamba Drakensberg. St. Lucia one is more marine experience, wildlife, and then Ukahlamba one is more your outdoor and adventure. So our biggest drive this tourism month is that we want to make tourism accessible and be meaningful for all citizens in South Africa. As such, our activities will seek to go to all parts of the province. As such, we have activities lined up for this weekend where we're going to be at Umlazi Mega City. Next weekend, which I think is the 13th of September, we're going to be in Pietermaritzburg at the Liberty Mall. And if you can't get to a mall, you can tune into any local radio station to be in touch with what is happening in and around KZN. So come to Durban during this September and catch all the actions. This coming Sunday, we've got Durban Day, where there's 9 of hottest artists that will be there. So come on, South Africans, be a tourist in the Zulu Kingdom.
Tourism Month is a time for everyone to get behind tourism, and Tourism KwaZulu-Natal invites you to come and be a tourist in the Zulu Kingdom.